Hola. Oh, no, buongiorno. Ciao. I think I was in the bus lane there. Flipping out. What am I doing now? You're only supposed to blow the bloody doors off. Hello, I'm Cassam Looch from Culture Trip. I get to travel the world, write about cinema, and visit famous spots for film. Italy is renowned for its many film locations, including some from one of my favourite road trip films of all time, The Italian Job. It's the 50th anniversary of the film this year, so I'm taking a great Italian road trip through the country to get a sense of how cinematic this place can really be. We'll be starting off in Rome, the capital, before heading off through the rolling hills of Tuscany to Florence, up to the glamorous lakes of Como, and eventually ending up in Turin for a personal end to the journey. We're in Rome, where the all-time classic Roman Holiday was filmed, and I'm going to do as Audrey Hepburn and Gregory Peck did and see the city whilst riding a Vespa. Okay, what did he say? Well, how do I start again? Blimey, there's the Colosseum. Gladiator, innit? Gladiator. So we've just done the Vespa tour, and I'm here at one of the most famous places in Rome to meet one of my friends. There she is.
Hi.
Hello, Ava.
Ciao.
So we've got behind us, it's the Spanish Steps.
Yeah.
This place would have featured in so many films.
They have shot a lot of movie here, but they have shot like during the night, like The Man from U.N.C.L.E.
I understand that there's only one hotel at the top of the Spanish Steps, and this is the one.
Yes, The Hustler. We do interviews all around, you know, with the actors.
There's a famous story and picture of, I think it was Audrey Hepburn getting an Oscar nomination there for the first time.
There you can see all Rome from the top. And if you go on sunset, it's really amazing.
Rome is full of all these gorgeous spots for film. You have the Trevi Fountain, which is where La Dolce Vita and From Rome with Love featured, and even St. Peter's Basilica, which was the backdrop to Dan Brown's Angels and Demons. You've shown me around some of your Rome,
Yes.
which has been great to see. Thank you very much for this as well.
Prego. When you want to talk about Rome and Italy?
So to do an Italian road trip, you kind of have to take an Italian classic with you. Here's my little Fiat 500. Oh, it's so hot. My next destination is Siena for the night, before heading off to Florence through the hills of Tuscany. I've woken up to the bells of Siena and taken a walk around Piazza il Campo, known worldwide for the Palio, where horses race around the packed and cheering streets twice every summer. Movie audiences can see Siena and the Palio in the James Bond movie Quantum of Solace. Oh, look at that. We've driven through Tuscany and ended up in Florence, which is this incredible place full of history, art, and majesty. It's famous for many things: Leonardo da Vinci, the birthplace of the Renaissance, the ice cream, and, if you didn't know, perfumes and fragrances. So I'm here to try and make my own perfume. Hello, nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
Now, you are going to be my guide to the fragrances of Florence. Yeah, one of the things that I thought about when we were coming to Florence was the film Hannibal. He makes his own fragrance and he's caught because it's a very unique smell and unique ingredients. Can you make something that unique to one person?
Everyone responds to smells in a very different ways.
While I get to grips with trying to recreate Hannibal's unique scent, Zisis tells me that they have been perfecting smells here for over 600 years, which is why they're so good. Makes perfect sense when you think about it.
Some of them are quite strong, it could overwhelm you.
I like it. Vanilla, okay. The streets of Florence are gorgeous in the historic centre. So gorgeous, in fact, that the government is allegedly cracking down on eating in the street to avoid litter. I'm going to grab a quick, casual and famous Florentine snack before I get stopped by the Panini police. So that's the end of our day in Florence, a place that I've seen so many times in so many different films. It looks like nowhere else. There's something very special about Florence. It's early in the morning. We're heading out of Florence on our way to Como, where we are going to find ourselves living the movie star lifestyle on a boat. Whew. That is a drive. We're not on dry land anymore, we're on the lake itself, and I'm waiting for my ride, which is coming up just there. I'm now going to take a little tour of this place. So you can really tell when you're out here why so many celebrities and so many films are shot here as well, actually. So 007, and then also Star Wars. We've got people like George Clooney living here as well, and so many other celebrities. You can just have a look around at some of these amazing houses. So this is the place actually. This is the one that we've seen in Casino Royale. This is serene, it's got quaint little villages, it's got those small houses that people still own, and then those big mansions that people want to move to and aspire to when they eventually earn enough money. And next on our list is somewhere completely different. We're leaving the glitz and glamour of Como, and now we're in the baking sun, on our way to Turin. Turin is somewhere I've never been to before. It's where my favourite road movie of all time was filmed, The Italian Job. I couldn't come all the way to Italy on my great Italian escape without paying homage to Michael Caine and the gang. I want to find out what the film locations from that movie look like now, 50 years after it was shot. That is what the minis do in the film, basically. It's one of the most impressive car chases of all time. There were over 19 locations used all over Turin, but it's the magic of the movies that ties them together and makes it seem like the perfect getaway. I think I know where I am. I think I know where I'm going. We're going quite high up, you know. It's the rooftop. There's the track. Oh, man. Here we are. So I'm incredibly excited to be up here. We are on top of Lingotto, which is the old Fiat testing track, but it's also better known as the place where Minis and Fiats raced around the top at the end of the Italian Job. And they go on from here into the Alps, which is also what we're going to do. If you're going to do the Italian Job experience, you have to come to the Alps. That's where the film ends, and that's where I decided we should end our trip as well. You know what the best thing about taking a road trip is? You get to see so many different parts of the country that you wouldn't normally do. If you're flying into one city, you normally tend to stay there, but when you're doing it the way we've done it, you get to see so many different parts of the country. Lake Como is very different to Tuscany and the other parts of the country we'd already seen, and this part of the world that we're seeing right now, the Alps. A road trip to me is actually just getting behind the wheel and heading off, experiencing different things, meeting different people, trying out different cultures. And you know, if there's some amazing film locations along the way, all the better.